Our national debt is surging. And the big question that I want to ask you is, can we increase our debt without increasing taxes? So you may remember recently in the news, we had the debt ceiling debate where we were trying to come to a debt deal. Well, we finally got a debt deal done. And this is what is just it's hard to even fathom. It's so infuriating because prior to that debt ceiling debt, our national debt sat at around $31.5 trillion, which that number is even hard to fathom. But this is what's even more hard to stomach. Within 1 month of us passing that debt ceiling deal, our national debt went from $31.5 trillion to $32.5 trillion in less than a month. I want you to think about that for a second. $1 trillion was added to our national debt in a month. And again, you could try to blame a certain party, Republicans or Democrats. Both parties are to blame. And I'll tell you, the debt that we're spending, I want you to look at a certain number here, this debt per citizen number. So if you look at our debt, it's about $100,000 per citizen. Me and my wife, we have 3 beautiful kids. We're a family of 5 right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Our family of 5, our share of that national debt is over $500,000. I'll tell you, that math just doesn't stink. It's immoral what we've done to our kids and our grandkids. Something needs to change. To get even more depressing, one of the things that the debt clock can do if you go to their website is you can see what will future debt look like in a few years. If you fast forward to 2037, our national debt will balloon to $43 trillion. I mean, the madness doesn't stop. Here's an area that I really want us to focus on. Right now, we have the strongest military and largest military in the world. We have the highest military budget. We spend about $800 billion on our defense. This is to pay our brave men and women in uniform, to build ships and airplanes and aircraft carriers. It's expensive, but we have a strong military. $800 billion is what we spend. But you ready for this? The interest that we pay on our national debt, it used to be that it wasn't until many years in the future that our interest on our debt would surpass what we spend on defense spending. But for the first time in American history, the interest on our debt will surpass $900 billion in 1 year. So what that means is we will be spending more on interest for our national debt than we will pay to fund our military. And that is very concerning in a world where China only wants to become more and more powerful. Here's the other thing. The current tax rates are the lowest they've been in 50 years, but those tax cuts weren't permanent. They expire. When's the date? I've got it right here, in 2025. So in 2025, current tax rates expire. Now think about this. Our national debt is it'll be almost $40 trillion by that time, over close to $2 trillion in deficits per year. Do you think in 2025 our politicians are going to say, you know what? The American people are working so hard, let's lower their taxes even more? I don't think so. I think taxes are going higher after 2025, and I think they're going higher than what most Americans realize. If you agree with me, and if you think taxes are going higher, one of the things you should consider is a Roth IRA. Now, many of you in this room or that's listening to me may already have a Roth IRA, but one of the things you may not be doing is what's called a Roth conversion. I want to give you a quick example. We had a client, age 65, saved $1 million in his IRA. Now remember, his IRA is completely taxable. When he goes to withdraw money out of that IRA in retirement, he's in a 22% bracket. It'll go up to 25%. Here's the taxes that he'll pay. He'll pay almost $300,000 in required minimum distribution taxes. He'll pay $132,000 if he wants to reinvest those RMDs. Also, when his heirs receive his money, his kids and his grandkids, they'll pay almost $220,000 in income taxes as well. So you ready for this? On $1 million IRA, over $600,000 will go to federal income taxes. But if that same individual converts that money from an IRA that's taxable to a Roth IRA, here's what the picture looks like. He will have to pay, and I know this is not fun, he'll have to write a $220,000 check to the IRS, which that is painful to do. But here's the good news. Once he pays for those taxes, his Roth IRA is now completely tax-free. There's no requirement of distribution requirements, so 0 taxes on RMDs because there are none in the Roth. And when his kids and grandkids receive that retirement account, maybe it's $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, whatever the number is, when they go to receive that retirement account, guess what? There's no income taxes that are owed as well. So again, converting it to a Roth, $220,000 of total federal income taxes, but if he kept it as an IRA, he'd be paying over $600,000 in federal income taxes. That is a tax savings of almost over $400,000 just by making this simple change of converting money from his IRA, which is taxable, over to a Roth. And so if you're watching this right now and you say, David, I agree with you. I think taxes are going higher. I can't trust anything those yahoos out of Washington, the bills and the statements that they put out. It seems like they want taxes to head higher. We think they're going higher. And sadly, I think most Americans are just unprepared for how high taxes are going. I say it's almost like Noah's Ark. There's a flood coming. Taxes are going higher. Take advantage today. Find ways that you can reduce or even eliminate your taxes in retirement. We'd be honored to show you how. Thank you.